Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT. It's WWE 2K26 Universe Mode Episode 72. Tonight we come to you live from the Performance Center once again in Orlando, Florida for another exciting installment of the Black and Silver brand. Welcome to the show, folks. I'm Callum, otherwise known as the KO King. Welcome to K Productions and welcome to NXT, where as always we have another action-packed show in store for each and every one of you as we're building up towards NXT Great American Bash the night before the two-night extravaganza, SummerSlam. As let's waste no further time and get straight into the action. Here we go, man. Let's get to work. Well, tonight we kick things off with action, including the NXT Champion.
The following champion versus champion contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 225 pounds. The NXT champion, All
Ego Ethan Page kicking off this edition of NXT tonight as the NXT Champion has been flagged to the ring by his two good friends Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, the former NXT Champion. Interesting to see how Theory and Page still get along even after Ethan Page pinned Theory in a triple threat matchup 4 weeks ago in NXT to retain the NXT Championship. He retained it again for the second time last week on NXT against the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov, and tonight he goes to kick off the show in a non-title matchup against one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions. This is going to be a fun way to kick off the night here live in the Black and Silver brand. Cannot wait for this great contest. As Ethan Page is out, here come the NXT Tag Team Champions, the extraordinary Luchador Penta and Page's opponent tonight.
Penta, representing the Luchadors from Ecatepec, Mexico, weighing in at 202 pounds. One half of the NXT Tag Team Champions,
The Lucha Brothers are here on NXT. It's going to be a fun champion versus champion matchup. The kick is off live on NXT from Orlando. Ethan Page taking on one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, Rey Fénix. A clash of styles to kick us off. The cocky, arrogant Ethan Page, all-round performer, going to be taking on the high-flying, exciting luchador Rey Fénix. What a great way to kick us off live on NXT. As I listen to the crowd of the NXT chants, Ethan Page, Rey Fénix, one-on-one to kick us off the evening. Here we go then, referee ringing the bell, matchup underway. Big boot avoided by Fénix, and now Fénix, look at this. It scissors it down. Goes the NXT champion. It's Fénix now, using that speed to his advantage as Victoria Jericho has assigned the duties for your opening contest tonight. Ethan Page not often kicking off the edition of NXT, but he's kicking us off tonight against one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions in Fénix. Ethan Page sends Fénix into the corner here. And now Snake Eyes into the corner, face first goes Rey off the ropes, down a big boot by All Ego. The NXT Champion getting past Ilya Dragunov once again last week. Who will be next for All Ego heading into NXT Great American Bash Premium Live event before SummerSlam? Maybe it will be Rey Fénix who can knock off the champion here. Rolling through into a round of pinning predicament. He's won matches with us in the past. Kick out though at 2 by the champion Page. And Fénix cannot believe it. Gonna keep his foot on the gas pedal though as Ethan Page though with a pump kick. Taking Fénix right back down to the canvas. Picking him up to a vertical base here. Ethan Page picking Fénix up. Got him where he wants him in an X-Plex. Penny predicament now. Hook in the leg. Shoulders down. Page for victory. Shoulders down here. The 2 kick from the official and a kick out by Rey Fénix. The referee took a bit of time there to get into the pinfall. They'll allow Rey Fénix to stay in this one. Again, you see Grayson Waller and Austin Theory on the outside trying to root on Ethan Page. Well, Austin Theory and Ethan Page actually get along. Or will they be costed the matchup perhaps? It's Fénix now with a Fénix Splash. Up this running springboard from the middle with the cover, the one only. And a kick out by Ethan Page. And there you see Fénix's fellow tag team champion partner Penta at ringside rooting on his partner of the Lucha Brothers. It's Fénix now. Oh, look at that. Incredible springboard out of the drop kick by Rey Fénix. Phoenix now has taken NXT by storm alongside his brother on the NXT Tag Team Champions Penta. Looking to take the NXT Champion to the limit tonight is Grayson Waller taking out the leg of Phoenix, which is going to allow Ethan Page to take advantage of the Bulldog. And Page is now taking control thanks to the distraction of Grayson Waller, who took out the leg of Rey Fenix. And now it's Ethan Page going to take advantage now and wear down Phoenix. And what better way to wear down the opponent than the best move in all of professional wrestling, the neck crank. Page slowing down the pace with authority. Big shot in the knee fist, chopping out Page, picking him up and a spinning slam. That 10-year Inagi covered by Page, hooking the leg, shoulders down, kick out at 1 by Phoenix. Interesting non-title matchup between one half of the tag champs and the NXT champions. Tonight we've got a huge NXT Women's Championship main event. Last woman standing match, a rematch from NXT Battleground as the beautiful Madness Julia challenges Tiffany Stratton once again for the NXT Women's Championship. This time, as we mentioned, in a last women's standing match, the first of said stipulation ever in this entire KO Productions Universe Mode series. As Phoenix nice arm drag out of the corner. Ethan Page from a catch a breather on the outside, but Phoenix not going to allow him to do so. It's Phoenix, the Escalada! Roll persisted, Tope taking Page out on the outside. As Rey Fenix is on fire, center the champion back into the squared circle here. And that's non-title opening contest. Rey Fenix has clearly got the crowd on his side tonight. He springs back in, knife edge chop after knife edge chop. Super kick avoided by Ethan Page. Page now after the arm down he goes to the referee. Tends that turnbuckle pad that's exposed, I believe, by Grayson Waller at ringside. Ethan Page now picking up Rey Fenix on a deadlift and on a power slam by Page into the cover. Hook of the leg, shoulders down, referee now out of the corner, in a position here. This could do it, the 2 count, a kick out by Rey Fenix. Oh, a great battle here between these two superstars live on NXT. As Ethan Page almost had Phoenix put away right there. Right hand, knife edge chopping, another right hand, this time flooring the NXT, or sorry, one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, Grayson Waller, taking apart that turnbuckle pad on the corner that the official is going to tend to once again. Back body drop by Ethan Page, but there's Rey Fenix running in forearm and tagging out that spinning corkscrew moonsault off the standing style by Rey Fenix. Phoenix now picking up illegal Ethan Page and sends him into the corner. And look at this, oh, Escalada taking out Grayson Waller. Look at Austin Theory putting his hands on Phoenix, and Theory sends Phoenix into the ring. Oh, Phoenix now going to have to put the pace on against Ethan Page, but there's Page. Inside cradle off the distraction on the outside of the ring. Phoenix took his eye off the ball. Cover, 2, kick out. Off the small package, not able to get the win just yet. Phoenix go to his feet and Phoenix runs in with a runner on to Ethan Page. Page getting picked up by Rey Fenix, the super kick right across the jaw. Now it's Phoenix, straight jacket, German into the bridge, German suplex cover, this could do it, there's 2, kick out by Oligo. The NXT champion staying alive. If Rey Fenix can knock off the NXT champion tonight, you gotta imagine Phoenix has got to be next in line for the NXT championship. Ethan Page not wanting that to be the case and wants to put Phoenix to the pastures now tonight. It's Phoenix getting planted face first. Phoenix has never lost a matchup in this series, neither has his tag team partner Penta since joining the NXT roster at the start of this series. Can Page give Phoenix his first loss? Or will Phoenix knock off the NXT champion as he flies with yet another toe-pick on Halo on the outside, taking out Page on the floor. And that is a fast-paced encounter that Rey Fenix thrives on. Ethan Page not liking what he's seeing or feeling right now as a springboard drop kick connecting by Phoenix. Phoenix now in control. And the NXT champion, the Irish Whip, going to send him into the corner. Phoenix now with that spinning kick out in the corner. Rey Fenix looking to knock off the NXT champion here. Irish Whip once again sent in to the opposite corner. Phoenix now to put him away. This could be a major upset to defeat the NXT champion. Mexican muscle buster by Rey. Cover, penny predicament, shoulders down on Rey Fenix 2. No! Well, Phoenix had the shoulders down on Page. That was a kick out the world of the Mexican muscle buster by Oligo. Rey Fenix still in control. Page against the rope. Big elbow by Ethan Page and a right hand kick to midsection. Page twisted grin. And just like that, Page for victory over the NXT Tag Team Champion 2. No, Phoenix stayed alive. Oh, and Ethan Page has passed. Page can't believe it. What the hell's all legal going to do to knock off one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions? Perhaps this for a second time. Nicely done. Deadlift power slam. Deadlift power slam. Cover. Hook in the leg. Shoulders down. Scoring 2 on one half of the Tag Team Champions. And again, Phoenix able to stay alive. And this one rolls on in your opening contest. We're back live on NXT. It's the NXT Champion Ethan Page battling one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions Rey Fenix and a non-title champion versus champion matchup. Page, penny predicament here. Schoolboy on Phoenix 2, 3, no, kick out. Almost had it right there and then. As back and forth these two men go. And now it's Rey Fenix off that chop. Overhand style, penny predicament now. On to Ethan Page, shoulders down, scoring 2, only 2. There's not enough to put him away. Rey Fenix though. Oh, went for that spinning kick, couldn't get it this time, able to connect, and now it's Rey Fenix, the kick, no avoided by All Ego, Ethan Page, and Page catching him with a boot right on the nose, and looking to put away one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions and make Rey Fenix suffer his first defeat here on the series, and there's the Ego's Edge on to Rey Fenix, looking for the victory now, out of the cover, hook in the leg, shoulders down, referee right there in position, this could do it, the NXT Champion victorious over Rey Fenix here live tonight on NXT. What a great way to kick us off.
Here is your winner, All Ego, Ethan Page.
Ethan Page, the NXT champion, building momentum, much to the chagrin of the sold-out crowd, and to the tag team champions, the Lucha Brothers, as Ethan Page victorious live in your opening contest. We'll still to come tonight, as mentioned, NXT Women's title on the line, a rematch from NXT Battleground, but this time, for the first time ever, a last woman standing match going to take place as Julia challenges Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Women's Championship in your main event later on tonight. But coming up next week, finding out who will be the next to challenge Ricky Saints, the absolute North American champion, next week for the NXT North American Gold, as El Hijo del Vikingo battles Miles Born next, live in Orlando, Florida. We're back live on NXT, as there you see a great cruiserweight star, El Hijo del Vikingo of AAA. Of course, a part of the NXT roster full time, and he has been a part of the NXT, or sorry, not the NXT, the WWE World Cup tournament. He got past his first round matchup with Julius Creed, one half of the Creed brothers of American Made, defeating him in the first round last week on the WWE World Cup tournament. He looks forward to his round of 16 matchup against Shinsuke Nakamura going down next Friday night in the WWE World Cup tournament. 16 men are now a part of said tournament. The round of 32 is now over. The first round is done. The round of 16 takes place this Friday night, with it kicking off in great fashion, as Vikingo going to be a part of the proceedings next week. But tonight he's going to get past this man if he wants to get an opportunity at the NXT North American Championship against the champion absolute Ricky Saints.
North Carolina, weighing in at 220 pounds, Miles Born.
It's the first time we're seeing Miles Born since he took part in the NXT Jackpot ladder match in NXT Battleground. Had a great showing in that one, but of course was unsuccessful, as Ethan Page was the winner and cashed in later on in the same night to become NXT champion. But who will get the next shot at Ricky Saints? We find out next as Vikingo and Born is up right now, and here we go, the crowd on their feet chanting NXT. Vikingo and Born gonna give us a great showing here. It's Ricky Saints, the absolute North American champion, gonna be looking on closely to see who he will face next week in his next defense of the NXT North American Championship. Bell has been rung. Felix Hernandez has assigned the duties for this contest, as Born and Vikingo is now officially underway. Handshake accepted by Born as Vikingo extends the hand. Good show of sportsmanship to kick it off, and here we go. Born and Vikingo gonna lock horns here in this one. Vulnerable tie up by these two combatants. Who's going to face Ricky Saints next week for the North American Championship? We will find out in due time. But right now, waist slot by Vikingo, penny predicament, shoulders down here off the schoolboy, 1 count kick out by Miles Born. Back into a lock up here, these two superstars, as the WWE World Cup tournament will be continuing this Friday. The round of 16 begins this Friday night. Vikingo is a part of the round of 16. He will compete against Shinsuke Nakamura next week in the final round, the final matches of the round of 16. Maybe he will get to be a part of the quarter-final stages of the WWE World Cup tournament. Remember, the winner of said World Cup tournament, featuring Raw stars, SmackDown stars and NXT stars, will be declared as the best wrestler in the world and will have an opportunity at their brand's top championship, whether that be the world title of Raw, whether that be the NXT championship here on the black and silver brand, or the undisputed WWE championship of Thursday night SmackDown. As Miles Bourne got the arm here of Vikingo, turns it into a hammerlock now and trying to slow down the pace of the high flyer here in this one. Miles Bourne, he loves to fly in his own right sometimes, but Vikingo, that's pretty much all he does, but he's a great technical superstar as seen right now here in this one. Vikingo got the arm of Miles Bourne. Look at this, wrenching away at him this time. Miles Bourne in trouble off the hammerlock this time from El Hijo del Vikingo. Vikingo got that hammerlock cinched in tight. Miles Bourne trying to fight his way out of it. He was Bourne able to do so in a headlock, and now got the headlock cinched in on the El Hijo del Vikingo. Now it's Vikingo in trouble, but he's going to whip him off, and now it's Vikingo here and Bourne, both men bumping into one another. Vikingo though, kick to that section. Vikingo called red cover, penny predicament, shoulders down here, scoring 2, kick out by Bourne. Bourne staying in this one, a huge last woman standing match still to come tonight, and a big time grudge match coming up following this contest between Dragon Lee and Santos Escobar, former tag team partners, going to collide for the 3rd time in this entire series, one of which happened last season, one of which happened earlier on this season. The rubber match coming up following this #1 contenders North American Championship tussle. I'd imagine who Ricky Saints would rather face next week for the North American Championship. Will it be an all-rounder in Miles Bourne, or will it be a high-flying sensation such as El Hijo del Vikingo? We're going to have to wait and see who it will be. But who will Ricky Saints rather face? I don't really think it matters to Ricky Saints. He will face any and all comers for the NXT North American Championship. Vikingo all over Miles Bourne. Bourne will to his feet, and Bourne going to almost decapitate El Hijo del Vikingo that time with a clothesline. Now Miles picking him up. Now the Irish whip. Going to send him off the ropes. Miles Bourne now go behind and a snap German suplex cover penny predicament here. Off the bridge and pinning a kick out. At 2 from Vikingo. Miles Bourne, big right hand. Bourne with another right hand. A 3rd one. And now Miles Bourne is dominating a little bit. Vikingo going up against the ropes here. Now it's Bourne. Going to shit can him to the outside and sends him through the middle rope, and it looks like Bourne gonna take flight and take a page out of the Vikingo's playbook, and he's gonna try and beat him at his own game tonight with that tope. Con Halo beautifully executed by Miles Bourne. One of the fastest rising stars, one of the future stars of the WWE. For certain, I can very much see Miles Bourne as a future world champion when he gets that call up to the main roster eventually. But right now it's Vikingo, lays him out with a code breaker on the outside. Count of 4 here from Felix Hernandez. It's Vikingo on the apron waiting for Bourne to get to his feet. He does so, runs in. Miles going for a big kick from Vikingo though, as Vikingo looks to take flight from the top of Vikingo. Oh man, a flipping cannonball on the outside. Count of 7, both men gonna get back into the ring here. Oh, Vikingo goes back in, back out to break the count here. It's Miles Bourne on the outside. Count of 2 from Felix Hernandez. Vikingo looking to fly here, and looking to do what he does best, and a toe break on Halo of his own by El Hijo del Vikingo. And Vikingo is on fire here in this one. The Irish whip sending Miles Bourne back into the squared circle. Top rope goes El Hijo del Vikingo. Shooting star press the cover. Weird penny predicament. This could be it right here. On a kick out by Miles. The shooting star not able to put Bourne away just yet. El Hijo del Vikingo almost securing victory that time. How about his victory last Friday night against Julius Creedus? Look at that, Bourne getting taken out. Springboard Phoenix Splash, cover 2, and a kick out by Bourne as this one rolls on live. We're back live on NXT. It's Vikingo, look at that. That spinning kick, another Meteora onto a seated Miles Bourne. And the top rope goes Vikingo. I was going to mention how Vikingo might not be 100% after his great battle with Julius Creed this past Friday night, but he's looking to be more than 100%. Meteor off the top, right in the face, double knees on Bourne, cover, 2 count. I got a shot at Ricky Saints next week on Bourne, able to get that shoulder off the canvas. Oh, a great battle here, and this one is Vikingo now. Arabian press, moonsault knees up by Miles Bourne. One of the future stars, Bourne now runs in, clothesline. Down goes Vikingo. Vikingo laid out now in the corner. Goes Miles Bourne. Miles, what's he got in mind now? Slowly walking towards Vikingo, and now Vikingo going to get taken out. Oh, Shigeru the knee. Right in the back of the net. Cover. Bourne to become #1 contender for Ricky Saints and his North American Championship, and a kick out at 2 by Vikingo. Miles ain't done with him yet though, heading up High red district, top rope, Miles Bourne, frog splash cover, hook of the leg, shoulders down, 2 count, another near fall. Miles Bourne has had an opportunity at the NXT North American Championship in the past against former champion Big Bronson. We came up short in that one. Let's see if he can earn another opportunity this time against the new champion. Ricky Saints came up short with that elbow drop off the top, and now Vikingo gonna send him into the corner. It's Irish whip, hard hitting there. And these two superstars going here. Off the opportunity at Ricky Saints' NXT North American Championship. Vikingo Bourne, high red district, top rope. Oh, the Frankensteiner up the top by Vikingo. Oh, listen to this place go crazy with a battle. Cover here, shoulders down, center of the ring. Vikingo to become #1 contender. The 2, the kick out. And a weak kick out. A lazy kick out. Not an enthusiastic. Near fall that time out of Miles Bourne. But this one rolling on. Bourne back to his feet. Bourne now right hand. Bourne now with Bourne again. Oh, but both men are hurt and can Miles capitalise. One on. Tripped over Vikingo. Shoulders down to become #1 contender for Ricky Saints next week. 2 go kick out by Vikingo. Oh man. Miles almost had it off the board again that time. Not enough for the 3. Miles once again. Scaling the top rope. High red district and his high wrist. High roll on for Bourne. Elbow drop to the chest to cover. The 2 count. The no. Another near fall from Vikingo. Who's going to get this shot at the NXT North American Championship against Absolute Ricky Saints next week? Vikingo. It could be him. It's Vikingo up and over. Incredible offense. Out of these two superstars as Miles slowly getting to his feet. Both men bumping into one another. Vikingo now big time. Forearm smash. And now Vikingo. Oh, the springboard. Oh, went for that. Poison ran off the springboard off the bottom rope. Miles Bourne out of bounds that time, and out Bourne's penny predicament, shoulders down to get the victory and get a shot at Ricky Saints for the North American gold next week. 2 count kick out by Vikingo. Big shot, all blocked. Forearm shot. Vikingo's had 3 wins in this series. Miles has had 2. Miles looking for his 3rd. Vikingo looking for his 4th. Big forearm, big smack by El Hijo del Vikingo. Another big forearm shot on a Miles Bourne. A 3rd forearm. And now Vikingo this time gonna connect with a poison runner off the springboard from the bottom rope. Miles Bourne is down and out. He is absolutely locked. He is absolutely stunned. Vikingo top rope. Miles in the drop zone. 630 senton. Cover by Vikingo to become #1 contender for the NXT North American title. 2 count. He got him. Vikingo will face Ricky Saints next week for the NXT North American Championship. Well, that was one hell of a fast-paced sprint between these 2 great future stars of the NXT brand, as it's Vikingo picking up his 4th victory of this series, looking to pick up his 5th next week and become champion for the first time in this series. To knock off Absolute Ricky Saints and what will be Ricky's 3rd defense of the NXT North American Championship next week. Cannot wait for that incredible battle, but cannot wait for this one as well. As mentioned, Big Time grudge match score to be settled next between former tag team partners of the Latino World Order. Dragon Lee battles Santos Escobar, 2 former cruiserweight champions going at it. They both have one apiece against the other. This time it's the rubber match. Who's going to get the duke? We find out right here, right now, live in the Performance Center. And out first, here comes one of said former cruiserweight champs.
It's scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Tala, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 165 pounds,
Big ovation from Dragon Lee, as Lee was the one that was ambushed by Santos Escobar following their qualifying matchup for the jackpot ladder match for Battleground, as Escobar just jumped Dragon Lee during his entrance. And Santos Escobar not waiting to get this one underway as he battles, as he's battering Lee with a steel chair here at ringside. Well, the matchup's not even begun yet, as Santos is going after him with that steel chair. But look at Dragon Lee laid out with a set-out powerbomb. Oh, Dragon Lee with that flipping style, getting it right into a powerbomb, and now comes back into the ring. And a Dragon Lee with a tope! Suicida! Lee hasn't even got his entrance jacket off yet, as now he's sending Santos into the ring. The official for this one, Dallas Urban, not yet rung the bells. The matchup not yet underway as Lee comes out of the ring. Now the bell has been rung as Lee went for that springboard shot but moved out of the way that time with Escobar. And now it's Santos. Picking him up now, looking for a crunchy on a Dragon Lee. Nailed it on the cover now. Shoulders down, penny predicament, scoring 2. Lee able to kick out. Oh, this one getting off to the races already is Santos Escobar, showing that mean streak. Jumping Dragon Lee throughout the bell, before the bell rather. Big forearm. Big kick from Dragon Lee, the counter. Lee now picking him up, and now Dragon Lee, but the hell's he thinking? He need a pick up, and now look at this. Oh, the suplex right in to the set out power bomb by Dragon Lee. This Dragon Lee is on fire tonight. He's bringing the fire to his former tag team partner Escobar, who looks to put him away here. Dragon Lee taking his entrance jacket off now. Irish whipping Santos into the corner. And now Dragon Lee, look at the offense from the former cruiserweight champion, as Escobar is also a former cruiserweight champ in his own right. Nice kick there from Dragon Lee. Lee, oh, what a super kick by Lee. And a standing shooting star press cover. Hook in the leg, shoulders down, one count only from Escobar. The first matchup that these two had against one another was a victory for Dragon Lee, for Dragon to get the opportunity to challenge Dirty Dominic Mysterio for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship at the final NXT event of last season in the 2K24 Universe Mode Series, being NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. But Escobar getting the win back against Dragon Lee in a qualifying matchup for the NXT Jackpot Ladder match in NXT Battleground this season. Cover from Escobar, springboard off the crossbody 2 count, kick out by Dragon Lee. So who will get the victory in the rubber match tonight between two former tag team partners and two former cruiserweight champions? Look at Dragon Lee getting taken out by Escobar that time. Big knee to the midsection. The cover. The 2 count again for the official Dallas Serpent. Kick out once more by Dragon Lee. Lee very resilient here. Knife edge chop by Santos Escobar. The Irish whip now by Santos, going to send Dragon into the corner. What the hell? Santos got a 90 here. Dire intentions from the Emperor of Lucha Libre here. Oh goodness, middle rope. Goes Santos Escobar. Gonna hang him out to dry on the top. My goodness. And listen to this place go crazy. Jerry, this is awesome. It only just begun about 3 or 4 minutes ago. But it is awesome indeed. It ain't over yet as Santos look for victory with a kick out though from Dragon. And Dragon fires back now with a clothesline. And Lee now middle rope. Santos Escobar getting to his feet. And look at this Dragon Lee. My goodness, what a run-up by Lee. Middle rope, Hurricane Lana. Dragon Lee now on the apron. Escobar getting to his feet. Big right hand from Dragon, and Lee comes back in the ring. He tried this earlier. He didn't get it. The flipping Hurricane Rana off the springboard back in the ring, and then flipping through into a set out. Power bomb. Cover. Lee for victory. 2 count kick out by Santos Escobar. What a battle here in this one. Standing shooting star knees up though by Santos. What a back and forth battle between two men that know each other very well. Former tag team partners, former good friends in the LW on the double knees. Out of the corner by Santos Escobar. This is how he became the NXT Cruiserweight Champion by defeating Ilya Dragunov with a counter. The kick out by Dragon. And it went up penny predicament was Dragon, but a kick out by Escobar. Penny predicament by Santos. 2, no. Now it's Dragon Lee the cover. 1, 2, no kick out. A stalemate here between these two. And now it's Dragon Lee running out with a runner. Onto Santos Escobar. What a hell of a sequence. Oh man. And now it's Dragon Lee. Sending Santos out of the corner. The hell is Dragon thinking he? Dragon sends him up high, rent district. Oh goodness, middle rope. Dragon Lee, German suplex, dropping him right where he stands. Escobar down in the center of the ring. Knee pad is down from Dragon Lee. That only means one thing. Off the ropes, Lee now with a big time. Bicycle knee strike on Escobar. Folds him like an accordion. Big shot to the jaw, the cover, the 2 count, a kick out by the Emperor of Lucha Libre Escobar. Oh man, Dragon almost had the win right there, but it's Escobar running in a big bicycle knee of his own on Dragon Lee. And now it's Santos picking him up. Escobar looking to put him away here with a German release suplex. 4th minute out, crucial point of matchup as it rolls on live. We're back live in NXT from Orlando, Florida. The performance center Lee caught him with a big time hidden blade. Covered off the cut through the turn, a kick out by Santos Escobar. Oh, with a big running elbow straight to the face of Santos, not able to put him away just yet. It's Dragon Lee. Gonna have to think about something else to put away Escobar. Top rope goes Dragon. Santos trying to stop him in his tracks. Top rope though goes Dragon. Gets caught by Escobar into a powerbomb. Santos caught him an incredible powerbomb and now picking up. A former NXT Cruiserweight champ and a former tag team partner of his of the LWO. As Santos has cut ties with the entirety of the LWO. Looks to do his own thing going forward as Santos Escobar. Oh my goodness. Frankensteiner off the top. Cover. Shoulders down. And this incredible matchup to win the Series 2 count kick out by Dragon Lee again. What a hell of a match, man. As Dragon gets to his feet, clothesline, sends out to the outside. Oh man, and Dragon looking to fly again. We've already seen him fly before. He looks like he's maybe going to try and do it again. And he will with a tope suicida. Dragon Lee on fire, man. When is he not? Oh, the kick. Kick to the hammy by Santos Escobar. Look at Santos. Santos. Phantom driver on the outside. That is what Escobar did to Dragon Lee after defeating Dragon to qualify for the NXT Jackpot ladder match. He had him with a Phantom driver on the floor. He's done it again and perhaps looks for the count out victory. Referee Dallas Irvin here continuing his count and gets up to a count of 7. Dragon Lee now on his feet here. Gonna get back in the ring. Count of 8. Escobar over the top. So we've seen it this time on Dragon Lee. What an incredible penultimate showdown this has been, man. There's now it's Santos Escobar, the Irish Whip sends him back into the ring. Escobar, top rope to put Lee away. Lee in the center ring, down and out. Frog splash from Escobar, the cover. Hook of the leg, shoulders down. This could do it. Scoring 2. No, Lee stays alive again as this one continues on NXT. We're back live with the black and silver banner. Santos Escobar folding Lee like an accordion with the Mexican Destroyer. Escobar been in control for the break and we're going to put this one away as we return back live from the action, but I kick it at 2 by Dragon Lee. Escobar pissed off. That pissed off. And he's going to attack the official Dallas Irvin. Come on. Oh, the referee's been attacked by Santos. That just shows how different of an attitude that Escobar has. As the referee now gets back to his feet as Dragon Lee caught him with that knee. Lee caught him second time with a knee strike and a Dragon out of the corner here with Operation Dragon, and that'll do it. That's how Lee defeated Escobar in the first matchup. The cover, hook of the leg, shooting down, scoring 2 off the slow count, and a kick out by Escobar. The slow count aided Santos to be able to kick out that time. Oh wow. A slow count aided Escobar to stay in this one. Somehow, someway. A wise strategy from Santos, knocking out the official, now going to clothesline Dragon right at the outside of the ring. And what an incredible penultimate matchup this has been, man. Good luck to Julia and Tiffany Stratton in the last woman standing matchup to be following this one. This has been a fast-paced, high-flying, incredible battle from the get-go. Super kick avoided, drop kick on the outside of these two brawling on the floor here once again. Just like this one started off unofficially. Now it is back to the outside as these two are battling on the floor again as Escobar sent into the steel steps by Dragon Lee. Pick up here, big kick by Dragon. Look at these combination offense. Super kick that time by Dragon Lee. A standing shooting star, no knees up by Santos Escobar. Counter fire from the official Dallas Irvin. Both these men going to get back to the ring. They don't want this one to result in a double count out or a counter of any matter. As Santos Escobar getting taken out. Big time shot, but Escobar super kick. Count of 8. Get back in the ring, Santos. Oh no, Lee. Back to his feet. What a shot on Escobar. Lines him up. Count of 9. Oh god. Operation Dragon by Lee. Oh, goodness, but it's a count of 10. It's a draw. Double count out here in this one. Oh, these two can't get the victory. But nonetheless, let's take a look at what's going down next week live on NXT. As we're getting a Women's North American Championship #1 contenders match. The winner will face Jada Parker for the North American Gold at NXT Great American Bash. Jordan Grace battling Sol Ruka. Then for the men's North American title, we found out earlier that El Hijo del Vikingo is the #1 contender as he will be challenging Absolute Ricky Saints and Ricky's third defense of the gold of the NXT North American Championship. And also next week in our main event, 2 out of 3 falls count anywhere to crown the next contender for Ethan Page and his NXT Championship come Great American Bash. Big Bronson Reed, Trick Williams, their rubber match. They have one victory over each other. It's going down to the main event next week. All that and so much more going down next week. But coming up right now, it's time for your main event of the evening battleground rematch. Last woman standing for the NXT Women's title. Tiffany Stratton defends once again against Julia. Well, it was last week on NXT where Tiffany Stratton scored a non-title victory against Mega Brain Kiana James. But following that contest, the beautiful Madness Julia got into the ring and stared down with the NXT Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton, the woman that defeated Julia at NXT Battleground to hang on to her NXT Women's Championship. She's wanting to do it again, and it's going down right here, right now. But this time, it is in a last woman standing match for the first time ever in this entire series, including last season as well. And look who has accompanied the beautiful Madness to the ring in this one. It is said Mega Brain Kiana James, who lost to Stratton last week in non-title action. Let's see how this one goes, man. It's coming up next. Your main event of the evening for the NXT Women's Championship. Last woman standing, Julia Stratton, is next. We're back live on NXT as though you see the current reigning and defending NXT Women's Champion with 4 successful defenses thus far of her reign as Tiffany Stratton. And Stratton showing everybody that it truly is Tiffy time here on NXT, but will it remain Tiffy time? And this NXT Women's Championship defense and last woman standing remains to be seen, folks. Is that right there is what we are fighting for, the beautiful, coveted and prestigious NXT Women's Championship, as we head it to the ring now with the official ring introductions from Mr. Mike Rowe.
Introducing the challenger from Tokyo, Japan, and her opponent from Prior Lake, Minnesota, the NXT Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton.
Thank you, mate. Here we go then. This is going to be a great main event. We've seen these two do battle before at NXT Battleground. They had a great matchup with Stratton able to retain against Julia. Tonight they go at it again, this time in a last woman standing match for that right there NXT Women's Championship. Could be the last time that Stratton hands that championship over to the official for a championship matchup, as Gary Wilson has assigned the duties for this one here in your main event. He hoists up the championship. These two looking to go at it again. And a rematch from Battleground this time. And last woman standing. Gary Wilson rings the bell. Here we go. Your last woman standing main event is underway. Oh, who's going to get the Duke in this one, man? The bell has been rung. This fight is going to be a fun one. Collar and elbow tie up by champion and challenger to kick it off. Who is going to get the upper hand? Will be Stratton there in our waist lock here. And the opening stage of this one, Julia able to fight out of it in our waist lock of her own on Tiffany Stratton. This is episode 72 of this WWE 2K26 Universe Mode Series. This is the first last woman standing match that we've ever seen in the entire series, including last season. We saw a last man standing match between AJ Styles and Roman Reigns in 2K24 at Bad Blood Premium Level event, with Styles able to retain the title on that night. This is the first ever last woman standing match. Who can get the W here in this one? It's Julia wrenching away, top wrist lock here on Tiffany Stratton here in your main event of the evening. Julia and Stratton go back and forth. Can Julia be the one to defeat Tiffany Stratton? She doesn't have to pin or submit her to do it. She just has to make sure that Tiffany is incapacitated for the count of 10. That is the rules of a last woman standing matchup. Tiffany, weird chin lock here. Onto the beautiful Madness Julia. There you see Kiana James getting up on the apron, making her presence felt at ringside. There's Julia, wrist lock here, or sorry, hammer lock onto Tiffany Stratton. Seems like Julia and Kiana James have formed some sort of partnership here on NXT. Julia seemingly needing Kiana James for business transactions, to help her out with her English, as it's not her first language. But also wanting to secure her championship matchup, secure her opportunities, just like this, against Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Championship. He has had 4 successful defenses thus far of her NXT Women's Championship against the likes of Jordan Grace, against the likes of Roxanne Perez, against the likes of Julia as well at NXT Battleground, her first premium level event of the NXT brand. this season. And of course, again, Blake Monroe, the glamour herself, on the NXT following Battlegrounds. Or the NXT after that one. Nonetheless, Julia is lighting up Tiffany Stratton. Went for the headbutt, but it's Stratton now. Disc is clothesline, and Tiffany is in control. And Tiffany to the outside, kendo stick in hand by the NXT Women's Champion, Julia, on the apron. Oh my God, caught her feet from underneath her. And it was Tiffany Stratton with kendo stick shot after kendo stick shot. Right to the back of Julia. Referee not beginning the count. But Julia has been down for a good amount of time here, but now she's getting back to her feet as Gary Wilson did not start the count for some odd reason, but nonetheless, set right into the ring post. There's Julia, steel chair in hand from Tiffany Stratton. Oh, went away with that chair. Julia, though, getting back up on the apron now, climbing the stairs. Oh, big kick down onto Tiffany Stratton. There's Julia now on the apron, looking to put the NXT Women's Champion away and walk out the new champion, and then Stratton's reign where it stands right now. Running forearm off the apron by Julia. She grabs the steel chair now and goes to town on the champion Stratton. Big shots from the steel chair by Julia on Tiffany Stratton time and time again. Got on the lower back here. Look at this from the beautiful madness as she is going to work here. Oh my goodness. This is absolute dominance. Julia, I believe, breaking that steel chair over the spine of Tiffany Stratton. Now the official begins his count. Tiffany down and out here. Count of 3. If Tiffany is out for the count of 10, we'll have a new NXT Women's Champion. Gets up after 4 though. It's Julia though with a steel chair. Oh, steel stairs in hand. And whacking Stratton against the face with her now, trying to bury the stairs over the body of Tiffany. But Stratton getting back to her feet. Big elbow by Tiffany Stratton. Stratton with a clothesline. Tiffany Stratton picking up the steel stairs. And now it's Stratton gonna give Julia a taste for steel and launching them. Oh my God, and look at the way the body bended of the beautiful madness Julia over that steel stair shot from Stratton. Count of 2, and now Julia getting back to her feet somehow, some way, already getting up after that catastrophic landing. Oh, but a headbutt by Julia, and I believe Stratton has been busted wide open that time. Julia once again with the steel steps in hand. Count of 1, Stratton back to her feet. And Julia now hitting Stratton with the steps again and now again. Just launching it at the prone body of Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany and Julia going at it here live on NXT for the NXT Women's Championship, and the first ever last woman standing encounter. Stratton and Julia going at it. Now Julia getting sent into the steel steps by Stratton. And Stratton runs in, standing, moves solid on the floor. And the NXT Women's Champion. Referee begins his count now. Count of 3 here as Julia gets to her feet before 3, in fact. Stratton now trying to launch Julia all the way around the ringside area. You don't have to be victorious inside the ring. You can end this matchup anywhere you see fit. It's Julia right now going after Stratton again, looking for yet another hammerlock DDT right next to the steel steps. Julia again picking Stratton up. Oh God, this could not be a good landing for Tiffany. Oh goodness, head first off the steel stairs at ringside, and you heard the impact that Stratton's head had against those steps, ricocheting off of them, and Tiffany Stratton somehow getting back up on the count of 2. And now it's Julia, head scissors again, and the steel steps on Stratton. Referee began his count, but Julia not having it, doesn't want to end it just yet, and now picking up Tiffany Stratton. Trying to show everybody that it is no longer Tiffy time, it is Julia's time to become NXT Women's Champion. Big elbow from Tiffany Stratton here as NXT Great American Bash looms in the background. Who will be the next to challenge? Whoever walks out victorious here in this one. It could be a rubber match if Julia is victorious in this contest between Stratton and Julia for the NXT Women's Gold. Count of 2, Julia again getting to her feet, or if Stratton is victorious, who will be the one to step up to face her as they go all the way up right to the top of the stage as Julia with a massive knee against Stratton. He will be the one to step up at Great American Bash against the winner of this one for the NXT Women's Championship. If it's Julia, maybe a rubber match is going to be happening. If it's Stratton, who will be stepping up, remains to be seen. As Stratton going backstage and Julia following in pursuit. Oh man, and here we go. We're live in the NXT parking lot. Oh god, a lot of bad things happen in the NXT parking lot. And that is certainly going to remain the same here in this one. Is Julia going to send Tiffany Stratton into a shopping trolley? Yeah, that's right. It's called a trolley, not a shopping cart, you American idiots. It's Julia. Sends Stratton out of that trolley the hard way. Referee begins his count here. Count of 3. Count of 4. This could be it, man. Julia could win it right here. Count of 6. Julia sends her out of that shopping trolley, and a count of 7 now. Tiffany getting her feet. Candlestick and handle from Julia, and Tiffany able to counter it. Big shot in the midsection by Stratton, and it was Tiffany Stratton and Julia with a candlestick time and time again, and the canvas now breaking it over the body of Julia. Julia though somehow getting back to her feet. What the hell the beautiful madness thinking now, and Julia on the concrete with a side suplex on the NXT Women's Champion Stratton. Referee Gary Wilson continuing his count now. Count of 3. Tiffany Stratton down and out. There's 4. Julia getting a table just in case Stratton gets back to her feet. Count of 6 though it doesn't seem very likely. Count of 7. Tiffany then down and out. Count of 8. Oh, but Julia picking up Stratton. Maybe wanting to put her through that table and then call this match up to an end and become the new NXT Women's Champion. Julia sends Stratton on the table. A big elbow by Tiffany. Able to counter that time. And now it's Tiffany Stratton going to send Julia against the table now. Tiffany Stratton got her where she wants her with Stratton thinking here, oh goodness, spine buster through the table in the NXT parking lot. Oh my goodness, Julia just got up after one. After being launched through a table, but look at Stratton here. Stratton rolls through. Fireman's carry, roll through driver. Now it's all over for Julia perhaps. Referee continuing his count. Count of 4. There's 5. Julia still down and out and gets up after 5. Before the count of 6, Julia gets to her feet and now gonna launch her into the shopping trolley. And it was Tiffany Stratton now trying to batter around the trolley. Oh man. And they're gonna drop her. Big shot that time is Kiana James. Just standing still, watching on. I mean, she's not really watching. She's just standing still, looking face forward. Don't know what the hell she's doing, but nonetheless, Julia gets out of the shopping trolley and forearm and Stratton down on the canvas. And now it's Julia dragging Tiffany Stratton all the way around the NXT parking lot as Gary Wilson follows in pursuit. Tiffany Stratton and Julia go back and forth here in this one. Big forearm shot from Stratton. Knife edge chop avoided. It's Julia and Stratton go back and forth from the outside here in the NXT parking lot. Oh my god, there's Julia. That roll through spinning driver that time. The spinning set out driver Julia to become the NXT Women's Champion. Count of 3 from the official Gary Wilson. She's picking up a freaking door now. A door is in the hand of Julia as she just cracks Tiffany Stratton on the canvas with it. Oh goodness, and again. And again, no. It's time to repeat it. Tiffany and Tiffany with a clothesline. What a chaotic last woman standing matchup this has been. The count of 3. There's 4. Julia still down. There's 5. Make it 6. Tiffany to win it and retain with a simple clothesline. But after 7, getting to her feet now is the challenger Julia. But a door right in the back of Julia. Courtesy of Tiffany Stratton, but Julia to her feet, and Julia with a forearm, and Julia with a smack, a base chop, great combination offense, and her grabbing the NXT Women's Champion. They're dragging her here in this NXT parking lot, got her against all the empty boxes and all sorts of Tiffany Stratton now. Big forearm shot, there's a freaking cinder block there as well. Gotta imagine if that will be used in this contest. Nonetheless, Stratton though, nice kick. The midsection of Julia went for another one, not available to get it. Too far away was Julia that time. It's Tiffany gets her with a drop kick and Julia down on the canvas. And Tiffany Stratton is climbing up on that scaffolding structure now. Down a 3, and after 3 getting to her feet now is the challenger Julia. Stratton's on that structure. Julia's going to follow in pursuit, and then both women on top of the scaffolding here are going to do battle here in this NXT Women's Championship last women's standing match. Oh goodness, Julia to become the champion. Oh goodness, that's it. Northern Lights bomb head first off the wooden flooring that time. Count of two, referee now climbing up on the structure. Count of three, this is it. NXT Women's Championship is coming home with the beautiful Madness Julia and the Mega Brain Kiana James. Count of 7. Make it 8. There's 9. Oh, wait a minute. Julia just picked up Stratton. Julia just picked up Tiffany. How you doing? You had the match up 1, Julia, but she's not done with her yet. Tiffany, though, wait a minute. Julia, is she going to fall off? Yes, she is. They fist chop Stratton. Swanton blow off the top of the structure. Oh my goodness! What an incredible matchup as the steel chair strikes now from Tiffany Stratton, lighting up Julia on the concrete ground of the NXT parking lot. The chair breaking against the prone body of the beautiful Madness is another steel chair brought into the equation by the champion Tiffany. Is Stratton wailing away with that chair onto Julia here. And what an incredible main event this has been, an incredible show all round tonight on NXT from Orlando as always. Oh goodness, moving out of the way, that chair shot. A big time forearm as the referee climbing back up the structure again. Going to count out Stratton in this last woman's standing matchup, but now it's Julia with the steel chair hitting Stratton multiple times with it. On the midsection in the NXT parking lot. Are they going to go back to the ringside area? They're going to keep fighting out here the entire matchup. Who the hell knows? But nonetheless, it's Julia continuing to punish Tiffany Stratton. And breaking that chair over the prone body of Tiffany. And now the trash can or the bin in the hand of Julia. That's right, it's called the bin, not a trash can, you American idiots. It's Julia now with the bin in hand, face first. Goes Stratton's. Freddie looks over the damn trash can, or over the bin rather, as she just launched it at her. Holy hell. And that was the beautiful Madness Julia. Steel chair shot in the back of Tiffany. Tiffany to her feet, no, Tiffany. Cartwheel. Alabama slam on the pile of chairs and head first ricocheting off the freaking concrete floor. And they're Stratton, straight jacket, DDT on the concrete in the NXT parking lot. Stratton looking for the win. Referee begins his count. There's 3, Julia could be out of it. There's 4, 5, Julia's done. 6, 7, 8, it's done. Tiffany to retain, as she says it's Tiffany time, but Tiffany picking up Julia. Well, Julia made this mistake earlier, where she could have had the match up 1. Now it's the champion doing the same mistake. Oh, Tiffany now is dragging Julia, trying to make it, maybe take her back to the ringside area in front of the sold out crowd tonight in the Performance Center in Orlando. As the NXT parking lot is a very dangerous space for both of these women, but they're continuing to fight here in this one. As Julia now has the advantage of Stratton, now she's dragging Tiffany. Gonna take her back to the NXT ringside area. Sends her face first off of the damn shed, off of that door, and now Tiffany Stratton gonna follow Julia in pursuit. They'll go back to the ringside area. And here we go, we're back. Is the crowd on their feet chanting Julia? Julia has the advantage from this crowd, has the side of the Orlando faithful tonight and the Performance Center. Stratton gets sent out on this stage here as these two women we're maybe going to try and take this one back to the ring. Julia grabbing Tiffany Stratton. Stratton will fighting out with elbows right in the midsection. As referee Gary Wilson's right there. He's going to be ready to count the 10 count whenever available. As now it's Julia gets sent out. Count of 2. Tiffany Stratton looking to win it right here. Count of 3. There's 4. Tiffany Stratton trying to make her way back to the ring as Julia could be out of it right here after a simple throw and shove down. Count of 8. Still down and out. There's 9. And Stratton again not allowing this matchup to come to a close. Tiffany Stratton just wants to end it the way she wants. Julia was down for a 9 count that time. but not the full tennis. Stratton picked her up. Julia's done that before as well in this matchup, as has Tiffany. Now a big smack by Julia, and now it's Julia going to send her back into the ring. There's Kiana James back in the ringside area here. Now it's Julia picking up Tiffany Stratton on the inside. We saw this earlier on. That spinning set out driver by Julia. And Julia to become the NXT Women's Champion. The official continues to put Julia out in the corner with the Ariba. There's JD strike, and this one continues in your main event. We're back live on NXT. Somehow Stratton able to get back to her feet. Got up at 9. Following that Ariba, there's JD strike. As Tiffany Stratton now looking to retain. Springboard. Swanton bomb. That's it. The official counts. Oh no, but Tiffany Stratton not done yet. Tiffany Irish whip again and sends her out. Tiffany Stratton now. What is she doing? Oh goodness, she's clearing the announce table. Julia gets to her feet. Our announce table at ringside's been cleared. Oh, but look at Julia with a freaking knee strike. And Julia picking up the NXT Women's Championship. The goal that she looks to win tonight by making sure that Stratton is incapacitated for the count of 10. And now walloping her right upside the head with a goal. And again goes Julia, time and time again, hitting her with Stratton's own NXT Women's Championship that looks to become Julia's by the end of the night. If the beautiful Madness has anything to say about it, she certainly does right now. Just hitting her repeatedly, time and time again, with a championship right upside the skull of a prone NXT Women's Champion. Stratton launching her out though, but Tiffany able to counter. And now it's Stratton going to send Julia onto our announce table. Well, let's not forget, Julia was already put through a table in the backstage area and the NXT parking lot. And now both women are perched up on the table. Stratton with a big right hand. There's another one on a Julia. This time it's blocked by the beautiful Madness. And now Julia, oh goodness, Julia, Northern Lights bomb through the announce table, and that's it. Julia to become the NXT Women's Champion. 2, 3, that's it. Stratton's done. We've got a new champion. She has the title in hand. She's telling everybody she's the champ. She's hoisting it up. She is damn confident. She's done it. 8, 9. Why are you doing that, Julia? You had the match won. She's picking her up again. Twice, both of these women have picked up their opponents at the count of 9, failing to get a victory. Unbelievable, man. Clothesline to the outside. It's Tiffany Stratton now. A senton on the floor on Julia. And now it's Stratton looking for victory. Oh goodness, picks her up at 3, however. Could have had the match up. One now it's Tiffany Stratton sends Julia back into the squared circle now. Tiffany Stratton has Julia where she wants her, just stomping away. On to Julia. Julia getting to her feet. Tiffany Stratton wanting to end this one on her terms, her conditions. Tiffany Stratton, the gymnastics background on display. Nicely done off the gymnastics background. That time the cartwheel and a splash. Off the handspring as well. Tiffany now, prettiest moonsault ever. That'll do it. Stratton retains. She pinned her with that maneuver. And NXT Battleground. Stratton looks to do it. Count of 4 from the official Gary Wilson. Make it 5. There's 6. Kiana James is distracting Tiffany Stratton right now, but it's not going to matter because Julia's down out the canvas. Count of 9 here. Oh, Tiffany just chopped the referee Gary Wilson to stop the count. My goodness. Stratton doesn't seem like she's done just yet. And a second time, Stratton prettiest moonsault ever. That'll do it. Surely Stratton's not going to pick her up again. Surely she's had enough. What an incredible last woman standings matchup as I think it has now come to a close. Count of 5, halfway through the count. There's 6, it's all over. Stratton to retain and get her 5th defense of the NXT Women's Championship and defeat Julia for a 2nd straight time. There's 9 and there is 10. Stratton does it, survives Julia, and last woman standing. Well, what an incredible hard-fought main event, fought over last woman standing rules as Tiffany Stratton is the last woman standing. She gets her 5th successful defense of the NXT Women's Championship and her 2nd defense against the beautiful Madness. Julia here tonight live in Orlando, Florida for this incredible edition of NXT here tonight. What an incredible show it's been. Thanks for joining us. That's all we have time for live on NXT on Orlando.